So we come to this time tomorrow, and I'm very pleased to welcome back Dr. Alasdair Menzies, who is currently working as a GP up in the St Agnes area. So, Alasdair, thank you very much for joining us. And we're really interested to hear what you're going to be doing at this time tomorrow, Monday morning.
So thank you very much, Andrew. Yes, so my name's Alasdair Menzies. I'm one of the GP registrars at St Agnes Surgery. This time tomorrow morning, I'll be at Mount Hawke Vaccination Centre, where we are providing the vaccination for the coronavirus disease. So what that's going to involve is basically different surgeries a different way, but our local group of surgeries decided to create an actual vaccination centre where all the patients from far and wide in that area come and get their vaccination. So most people have had an invitation a few days, maybe a couple of weeks before, to come forward for the vaccination, and they'll turn up there. We have parking on site, and then what they need to do is they just need to log their details of one of the attendants in the car park or by the reception area. The next thing that will happen is they'll be invited into the surgery, a few people at a time, where then we do what's called the consenting process, which is just making sure that everyone's fit and well enough to have the vaccine, asking if there are any allergies, etc., and next of kin details, and then when it's ready, we'll take them through to have the vaccination itself. It's very, very quick, very easy to have done. It's literally just a small scratch on the arm. Most people don't seem to feel a thing, and then that's really done. After that, we then take people into, we've got a big tent outside where we're using to just keep an eye on people for the next 15 minutes before they go home.
And Alasdair, have there been any problems with anyone sort of afterwards at all? It's all gone okay so far?
No, it's all been very smooth actually. There have been no real side effects that anyone's really noticed immediately afterwards. Some people the next couple of days get a bit of achy arm, feel a bit, tiny bit lousy, but generally that clears up within a day, and they're all good to go from then on.
That's really good to hear. We have heard one or two people say, well, I'm quite old, I'd rather give my vaccine to someone who's much younger. It'd be much better for them to be protected than for me. I'm getting to the end of my life. Why? What would you say to someone who might say that to you?
I definitely, I get, and I understand where they're coming from, and it's it comes from a very noble thought. However, at the moment, the practicality is unless they're invited, they can't have it anyway, so they can't go to a younger person. And the other thing is that the priority groups have been set out because there's good evidence to suggest actually it probably has the best effect in terms of protecting from severe disease for this age group. And what I mean by that is that obviously as we grow older, more it suggests that we're more likely to become more unwell with it. And so actually for the main priority to prevent people who are at high risk of severe disease are those in the older age health brackets. So I'd say don't feel bad about it. Go and have the vaccine when you're invited to do so. It's safe. It's meant to be effective. I definitely have it. Everyone will get theirs at some point, so there will be people will be able to have it.
And tell us, what does it feel like to actually be part of this really important thing that's going on across the country? What do you and the rest of the team? How does that make you feel?
It's pretty amazing, actually. I think at first, there's a little bit of trepidation. We're a bit unsure about how it's going to work and so on. But actually, it's been an amazing project to be able to be part of. It feels like quite a privilege, actually. At the vaccination site, there's actually a really optimistic atmosphere. Everyone is, there's really high morale. I'd say that spirit's very high. That it feels like a step forward, and that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and this is just one step closer to that. And with every jab in an arm means that one more person is protected from what can be a very serious disease.
That's really good to hear your positivity about it, and to know this is going on, just very much in our part of the world. We always like to ask those people on our this time tomorrow, is there something particular or someone you'd like us to pray for as a result of this? So anything particular you'd like us to be thinking about at this time?
I would like, I think to, actually the main group I'd like people to pray for is those people who are working in delivering the vaccines at the moment. I think mainly because, obviously a lot of people are putting in extra hours, extra time in. There's a lot of people doing it as part of goodwill, which is great. We've had a lot of local volunteers who are helping with the car parking. Pray for them, pray that they're safe, and pray that their morale is high. In particular, the people that are working, we've had a few people who work in our practice, in management, and also clinically as well, and who are doing, working incredibly hard, working all days of the week. One of the doctors actually who's kind of running with as the leader for the whole program at Mount Hawk is there day in, day out from about 6 o'clock in the morning to about 10 o'clock at night, and 7 days a week. So he's working flat out. I think the other people to especially pray for, obviously, are those who are suffering from coronavirus at the moment. I know there are obviously a lot of people in the United Kingdom who are very unwell, and pray for them and their loved ones as well. And definitely, it would be really grateful if you could pray for the hospital staff and people working on the front line in the hospitals at the moment, and looking after those who are really sick from the disease. So really pray for them. They're doing an amazing job considering the circumstances. And I think just I'd be so grateful if we could pray for them.
Okay, so let's now just offer those people that Alice has mentioned to God in prayer. Caring God, we thank you for all those people Alice has just mentioned, those who are giving examples of what it means to give sacrificially to others. Pray for all those in the health service, those who are currently caring for people in our ICUs, those who are delivering the vaccine program, paid staff, but also the volunteers. And we think of those who at the moment are ill and suffering. And we pray that you will be with them and you will bring them wholeness. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer.
Hear our prayer.